And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Question for you right now. Do you want a happier life? Do you want a happier life? Well, of course you do. We all do. I've been asking that question to people for years. And I've done a lot of work with a lot of at-risk youth, ones that just had, atrocious things happen to them in their lives. And one of the conversations we always have, it comes to this, do you want a happier life? And when we actually get into the conversation, it gets to be serious. They say, well, of course I do. I just don't know how to get it. I don't know how to get that happier life. And the question literally then comes, what can I do right now? What can I do right now that could create a happier life? And it reminds me of one of the greatest quotes I ever heard that ties back to you and I as a person relating, communicating effectively with other human beings. And the quote is one that's going to hit home with you. So I'm going to share it with you because I love this quote. I absolutely love it. It says, the value of one's life can be summed up by the value of the relationships in it. Let that marinate for a moment. I'll say it again. The value of one's life can be summed up by the value of the relationships in it. That's deep. And so true, because the only thing we compare ourselves, I've shared it with you before on the show, is other human beings, right? How do we relate? How do we communicate? How do we know how we stack up? So understanding that we look at our relationships in our life and we ask ourselves, do we have them where we want them to be? Are we operating at that level of those trusted relationships that have the empathy, that have the love, that have the patience, that have the understanding? And are we functioning in that mode more often than not? So I'm reminded by this because I got a phone call the other day, and it was on Saturday. And actually, I'm going to be honest with you, I was a little frustrated when I got the call because the phone rang, and I wasn't frustrated by the person calling me. I wasn't frustrated at all. Actually, when they called me, I said, oh my gosh, how are you? How you been? It's been so long, too long. And we both agreed. And he goes, did you hear the news? And this is where the frustration came in. I said, no, what's the news? He said, our friend Jim passed away. I said, what? What are you talking about? He goes, yeah, I just saw it. I just saw it online. He passed away. Do you know what happened? I said, no, I don't know what happened, but he's younger than I am. He can't have passed away. And maybe you've had that similar call here in the past year or two. And part of my frustration was stemming out of the fact that I've, in the past couple of years, I've been to way too many funerals. Now, it could be because of the pandemic. It could be because I'm at that age of my life where you start going to funerals because of age. It could be a lot of variables. So I'm not going to tell you because I haven't done extensive, exhaustive research, and I'm not a scientist, so I don't know the science behind it. I am an expert in human behavior and communication. That's what I'm an expert in, but not the science of understanding why people are dying. And interestingly enough, I as I think about this funeral, I think about all the funerals I've been to in the past couple of years here. And interestingly enough, I went to a funeral just a month ago, and I was at the funeral, and they opened up the mic to share. And I was thinking about my relationship that I had with this person. He had been a mentor in my life. He had been a mentor in thousands of people's lives. He was an amazing individual. He served in two wars. He served in World War II, and also he served in Korea. And in both wars, he was there to help people, and help people in the medical area, help people on a spiritual level, and help people. And he served for both the U.S. Army and the U.S. Navy in two separate wars. How cool is that? So a very devout, strong human being that wanted to help others. And I got to share at his funeral with all the people that were there what this man shared with me. And I heard him share with other people about how to live a positive, intentional life and how to challenge people to step up to the challenges they face. And so I shared his messages, the things that he had shared with me, which were extremely profound to me. And I was so excited and worked up by it. I got done, and I thought, you know what? It's best off that, I've made my peace here. It's time for me to go. And I left, and I got 2 miles down the road, and doggone it, I forgot my jacket. I left my jacket there. So I drove back, and as they say, the Lord works in mysterious ways. I get back there, And I go to grab my jacket by the front door, and who did I run to? I run to his daughter. We end up talking for the next 20 minutes, and she said, Phil, you don't know what those words meant. You don't know. And I guess what I'm sharing with you is that if you got the time to appreciate and love people for who they are in your life, take the time, make the time, and don't wait until it's too late. Let them know why they're alive. And if you do this, you're making other people feel important. You do it sincerely. It is going to give them the strength to carry on. You've got this. Now go make the other person feel important and do it sincerely, because you owe it yourself, and you'll have a better life.